Yes, now it started. So today what we are going to see, so we are going to see RESTful web services, like how we are going to test manually. So what are the possible ways to test manually? It's not automation. First we will see how to test manually, and what are the possible tools, and what is the best tool to test, and what is good in market. We will see all those things. Okay. So we'll see RESTful web services and how to test manually, and and what are the tools. Say for instance, the two tools are famous. One is SOAP UI, another one is REST client. So this REST client, we are going to use basically browser kind of thing, like Chrome or Firefox. So these are the basic tools, SOAP UI and REST client. And if you compare these tools, right? So REST client is the famous one, and most of the people will use. Why? Because for to install the REST client, so we need to add one of the plugin to the browser. Whereas in case of SOAP UI, it's a heavyweight software and somewhere 130 MB. We need to download it and we need to install. Okay, first one is, so these 2 points are clear, right? So these two are the famous tools, and these two are the tools used for to test, RESTful web services manually. So we are giving some inputs and we are clicking something and we are expecting some response. These two are the famous tools. Okay, first we will see the SOAP UI. Okay, first we will see the SOAP UI, and so to get the SOAP UI, right, so we have to download one of the software, and which is around some 130 MB. So you can download it from this URL. So I'll ping you this URL also with you, so that you can download and you can have a practice. So this is the basic URL, and if you see here, right, downside you will see Windows. So you can download as per your operating system, Windows, Linux or Mac. So in mine is Windows, so I downloaded this one, and just install, click next. Then you will see this icon in your desktop. SOAP UI 5.2.1, and this is a trail version. Okay, this is the first tool we are going to see by using SOAP UI. So how you are going to test a RESTful web services manually. So just download that software and install in your machine and just click it. There are lots of versions. Is there? The current latest version is 5.2.1. So by using this tool, right, so what we can able to do, we can able to give the endpoint URL. Okay, let it load. Yeah, it loaded. So what we are, what I'm going to do, right? So far right now, I have some dummy RESTful web services endpoint URLs. As endpoint URLs is there with me. So let me open that endpoint URLs. So these are the some dummy endpoint URLs. It's live, so you can able to access from your side also, and some URLs available in my local. So I have both.
Manohar, you told me that you will be sending the PPT
You
last class. We didn't get the PPT.
PPT I don't have, but no problem. I'll send it. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
prepare some
And if you
document.
can,
Yeah,
yeah. And if you can send even these URLs also will be
yeah, I will
useful.
send this URLs. Definitely, I will send.
Yeah.
So
You have our email IDs, right?
I don't have basically. Yeah, I asked him day one, right? He kept me in BCC. You people.
Okay. So let us ping.
Please send your emails in the chat so that I can share the information. Or if you have any questions, you can send email. I think you have my mobile number.
No, no, we don't have it.
Okay, I'll send my mobile number. If you have any questions, you can we can able to chat.
Yeah.
This is my mobile number and this is my email ID. So today also I was trying to send this a Zoom link, but you people are in BCC. Even I'm in BCC, so I don't have your contact numbers. Then I called Sudhir. Then he called you, and we exchanged that information. Okay, basically these are the endpoint URLs you will get from the developers. Correct. So developer will develop that web services, and they will give this endpoint URLs to you. So you have to test it. So you have to test these web services before testing, right? So what you have to do, you have to understand. I mean, how many services is there? What is the what is say API or method APIs, and what is the methods like post or put something, right? So this one, how you will get this information? Like I told you right yesterday, by using SOAP UI or REST clients, we can able to get that information. So what is that information called? So we can able to get WADL file by using this endpoint URL. So before, we will see later how you will get this endpoint URL. Okay, first we will hit some of the endpoint URL, and we will see some information whether we are getting the response or not. Okay, later on we will see WADL and how to give the inputs. First we will see some sample endpoint URLs or sample RESTful web services which doesn't take any input. Okay, so I have some of the sample endpoint URLs. I will share these endpoint URLs with you also end of this meeting. So this the first one is one of the sample endpoint URL. Okay, the first one. So these endpoint URLs you will get from the developers generally. So when you will start testing any kind of web services. Okay, let me copy this endpoint URL, and so I hope, generally you install this SOAP UI, and once after click on that icon, so you will see this main page. Just close this advertisement link, and you will see on the top right, you will see SOAP REST, correct, and import empty something. So for time being, first we will start with REST, correct. So just click this one, and you will get this pop-up. So what is the purpose of this pop-up? So basically we are going to create a new project for the given endpoint URL. So what is my endpoint URL? I copied from the document, correct? So just just paste it here. So it's not, yes. Just remove the endpoint, unnecessary things. So if you give any space and all, right, so you are not able to get the data. Basically this endpoint URL you need to get from the developers, and just click on REST. So you will get this pop-up. Just click OK. So basically we are trying to create a new project. So new project is created. Did you see there? REST space project 1, and you will see some small window. So this is your new project. Okay, close it. So basically your new project is created, and this is your endpoint, and you will see here, right? So request 1. So this is your project name, and this is your endpoint URL name, and this is sub part of your request. So just click this one, request 1, and you will get the window again back. So if you want to close this window, close it. If you want that window back again, click this one, and this is the main window. So what is the purpose of this window? So if you see here, right on the top, You will see endpoint and some of the resource. So what is this resource and what is this endpoint, we will see later. First we will try to get some information, later on we will understand slowly one by one. So now what is the purpose of this window is, right? So if you want to send some request to the endpoint URL, and if you want to get the response, sending the request information and getting the response, so we can able to do that thing by using this small window. Okay, so how to give the information for, as part of the sample endpoint URL, for this endpoint URL we no need to give any input. There is no input required for this endpoint URL, just it will give response only, there is no input is required. Okay, why? Because we want to start with very simple endpoint URL, so that's what I don't want to give any input for this one. Just click this button, if you see there some arrow button, just click this one and you will get some response. See, so this is the trigger point. So first give the proper endpoint URL. Yeah, yeah,
Manohar,
yes, yes, tell me.
where can we add username password here?
Username and password, that is a secure web services. Why we need username and password?
One of my thing has a username. Like you have to log into this Restfull.
Yes,
So
that
where
is
can we
just,
add?
they are the secure web services.
Yeah,
So for
where
that
can we?
kind of, yeah, I will tell you that one. So they are the secure web services, right? So in that we can able to test in two ways. If you are in the same environment, it's your client environment, client network, correct? So then you have to log in into their network, then you can able to reach the web services, correct? Because that is a secure one. Otherwise, if you are not in secure web services, then we need to add some of the information as part of the header. So that we'll see as part of us next example slowly. Okay, this is a simple one. So for this is not a secure one, so that's what you no need to go any inputs, just give the endpoint URL and click this button, then you will get the response. This is the response. This is not a secure one, so no need to give any username, password, or any token is not required. And the response type is JSON. See here, you have XML, JSON, HTML, raw, correct? And this endpoint URL will give the response type is JSON. JSON is one of the JavaScript object notation, correct? So far, right, we are not giving any input for this endpoint URL, just we are directly hitting and getting the response back. This example is clear?
Can you show us one request and response, please?
Yeah, this one is clear, right? So
This is only XML,
Yes,
right?
only response. So this is the
this is only
response.
Oh,
the response. Yeah.
Right now, as
okay.
part of request, I have not provided any information. So basically, I want to start with simple one. So that's what I started with this.
Yeah. Manohar, I have a question. Here you have choose the method as get. So will the
Yes,
developer or will the uh, project manager tell us that you have to use this
yes, yes,
endpoint URL
yes.
and
We
you have
have
to use this method?
Yes, we have to use a specific method. You should not select whatever you want. We have to use
Okay.
specific method. So how you will get the the specific method, whether developer will give you or you can find yourself also. It's the two ways. Basically, you
Okay.
can get from developer also. So let me try with post. So let me try this. What will happen? See that I didn't get any information. So it got failed
Yeah.
basically. So
Oh,
you have to use
okay.
a specific method. See, it is telling HTTP 405 post is not recommended.
Yeah.
So basically you have to use a specific method. So how you will get to know that specific method is a two ways. One is you can ask the developer, and
Okay.
another one is either you can able to get that information by using WADL file also.
Okay.
So two ways. So I'm assuming, just assume for this example, you got the method name is get and you got the endpoint URL from the developer or some resource.
Yeah.
And there are so many things also available in this tool. So if you want to see the extra head information, how it is going and how much time it is taking, time consuming process, all those things are available. If you people are interested, you can able to analyze it, like how much time it is taking. Did you see that? This is very important for you people
Response time. Yes.
when you are doing some performance testing, performance tuning and all, right? So how much time
Yeah.
it is taking, how much data it is getting back. 604 milliseconds is taking to get response back, and the data size is here almost, what is this, 23 kilobytes. It is, you are getting response. And the response type, you can see there, request is, and what is the response type, if you want to know, you can see these are the possible response, and you can see here JSON, and see their unsupported media content. So basically the response is JSON type, and you are expecting the output into the HTML tab, so it will not work, right? So if you are getting response as a JSON, you have to click this tab only. If you click HTML,
How,
you're not able to see
how
the,
will we know that?
yeah.
How will we know? Yeah. How will we know that we should click on these tabs only to get?
Yes, that also from WADL file.
Okay.
So if you see the WADL file, you can able to see the method name, and you can able to see the response type also.
Okay.
So let me open my another service. I will show you the now the sample WADL file.
Yeah.
I mean how the methods look like and how the response type look like, how the these API names.
Okay.
Also, I developed some of the web services for our testing purpose with a
Okay.
different combination of input.
So this Eclipse is different, or is it the same Eclipse?
Eclipse, it's there in my local. I think you
Okay.
people also using, right, Eclipse to do the automation Selenium testing and all.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's same thing. So you can use any version, no problem.
Okay.
This is old version.
Okay.
Just I want to start my local server so that we can able to test my endpoint URL. I want to show you that WADL file. That's what let me start it.